Greetings and welcome to Rice TVX. I'm Rice, and on today's show, we're going to be talking all about the DirtyMan safe. And I am joined by founder Howard Murray. I do have an affiliate link listed down below in the video description and the pinned comment that will get you 10% off the DirtyMan safe. Plus, you get a special gift, and it's a way to support the channel.
The DirtyMan safe. How it works. Dig down a minimum of 24 inches and insert the safe sleeve. Place the sleeve in the hole, then the safe into the sleeve. The cable needs to be inserted into the slot in the sleeve cap. Place the cap on top of the sleeve and the handle on top of the cap. Cover it up. For safe retrieval, locate the burial spot and dig down approximately 6 inches until you find the handle. Then grasp the handle and pull upwards. The DirtyMan safe. Don't tell anyone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining me on today's show is Howard Murray. He is the founder of DirtyMan Safe. I brought him on the show because Howard has reached out to me and we have partnered up together to offer this beautiful product to everybody watching my videos. And I definitely encourage you guys to make sure you're checking these out. And it is a way to support the channel. And before we get into exactly what DirtyMan Safe is, Howard, do you mind introducing yourself to the audience, please?
Sure. My name is Howard Murray. My background is as preparedness for disasters and whatnot. This is our second product out of the gate. Our first product actually moved us into this second product, the DirtyMan Safe. But we're trying to help the world, and hopefully we'll get there one day. And hopefully these products that we have won't be needed in the future, but we're here now.
Well, I think it's a really cool idea. Regarding the first product, I know there's been a high demand for this product, the unnamed product. We will come back at a future video. Howard will be back on the show, and we will talk about that first product that ultimately led to the creation of the DirtyMan Safe. But I'm going to go ahead and screen share the landing page that was created for the channel so that you guys can learn more about the DirtyMan Safe. What led to this idea of you creating this nifty idea? And now I'm going to be doing a little bit of screen sharing of the actual safe itself, throughout the video too, and play a video that's on this landing page that kind of gives an example of it. But very cool concept. I think that viewers of both of my channels, Rice Crypto and Rice Against the Grain, are going to love this product, especially the crypto people, but a lot of people that are even into just security in general, privacy. I think that this is an amazing product. So what led to the creation of the DirtyMan Safe?
So I'll get back to our first product. And again, it's our first product led to our second product because my mindset was there to help people during disasters. This product was developed to help people during or after a disaster. In its development, which took a tremendous amount of failures to get to this point, we learned a lot of things about Mother Nature and human nature. We found that Mother Nature is so destructive to humans. It's not very kind to us at times, but it can be a great protectant and a protector for what we value. And I thought the safest place is under our feet. And once I figured that out, it took a good portion of a year to perfect this product. And everything that we're doing today, or I should say the market or the industry is doing today with putting stuff in the ground, is wrong. So, and I don't mean that arrogantly. In our testing, we found that people got pretty close, but our product is second to none, and no one has done what we're doing now. So we found that just putting a product in the ground doesn't work because of so many variables, that it needed help. And once it got that help with the parts that go along with it and the design and the availability of other things, we were off to the races. So we had to make sure that if people are going to put their precious metals or their wills in there, or memory sticks, crypto plates in there, that it had to be good to go for years, not for a year or two where you're going to go back and dig it up and fix the holes where the water got in and whatnot. We had to make sure that this thing was going to be in the ground for 20, 30, 40, 50 years and some of the parts are rated at 100 years. So we can't guarantee it for 100 years. But that being said, we have a 10-year guarantee on it, and that says a lot. So once we perfected that, once we put it in the ground, I said to myself, how do we get it out of the ground? And that was a big deal for me. And the big deal for me was, I can bury a nice chest full of stuff in my backyard. How is my wife going to get it out? Once we decided on how to get it out, we had to decide on a size that was which we came up with 3 sizes. One, which is a little heftier. You don't have to be a big burly 250 pounds strapping male to get it out. You can be a 100-pound female, if I can say that now, and take this thing out of the ground, even the large size one, because you're talking about only 30, 40 pounds of resistance. The sleeve that the safe goes into is key, which no one's doing. And the top is also key. Once we figured out that Mother Nature wanted to hold this product in the ground, we needed to protect that. And so that's why we provide the sleeve. And the sleeve itself is pretty spectacular, because the safe goes in the sleeve, the top goes on top. And so the safe itself is not exposed to the true elements of the ground, minus the water that's floating around. And then you'll see that slot in top of the sleeve. That's where the 316 stainless steel cable goes through. I will explain the metals to it in just a second. But the plastic itself is rated at 50 years, if not 100 years. And the reason why we use that is just the sleeve, but the safe itself is made out of ABS plastic. And people say, well, I could just use PVC. PVC can be toxic, and it gives off toxins that are harmful to and will tarnish silver straight out of the gate. So if you've got people putting their silver in there, they're going to have tarnished silver after a few months after it comes out. So you can see where Rice has the cable into the top there. That cable is connected to the safe itself. So when it's buried, you just pull on that cable, it pulls the top up, and you have no resistance from Mother Nature. It comes up like a rocket. The reason why we had to do that is it's Johnny on the spot, and it's ready to go. So if you were, again, I don't like to talk about this much, but if you're in Hawaii and your whole area is burning down and you have to get to your stuff, you dig down 6 inches, you grab that handle, you pull up, and off you go. So the larger safe, people ask me, how much can the larger safe hold? Well, we figured the larger safe will roughly hold 17 pounds of coins in it. 17 pounds of coins at what are we at? $2,000 an ounce. You're getting
or half of an arm.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I don't know where the other arm's going to be, but yeah, you
just to show people how big this is actually really deep. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you can store a lot, and like you said, there's 3 different sizes, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit.
Right. And you will see, Rice, if you can show the inside where the cable goes inside the safe. If you look up into that, you will not see that cable. On the other side, if you flip it around, that cable's going in, but you will not see it in the safe because there's a separate compartment. Because people always ask me, how about the water getting in through where the cable is? My legal documents are going to get wet. There's a separate compartment in there. It's all ABS. Like I said, ABS is not toxic to silver, and it's really doesn't really have from what I understand through the industry, it's not carcinogen. Doesn't have carcinogens in it. So that being said, you put the safe in the tube, and then you put the top on top of it, or the cap on top of it, and then you're off to go. You will notice that Rice, as he's putting it in, there's a cable there, and people will say, well, why don't you use nylon? Why don't you use rope? Why don't you use this? The reason for that is that cable there is what's called 316 grade stainless steel. 316 stainless steel is what they use on sailboats. The beauty of 316 stainless steel is not only for its strength and its anti-corrosion, but as I talked about Mother Nature not being nice to us, human nature is less nice, I guess, if that's even a word. But that being said, yeah. That being said, the 316 stainless steel is one of the hardest metals for metal detectors to detect. So we had to look at this thing and say, people are going to put a handsome treasure in there in some instances. How are we going to protect that from metal detectors? Whether it's a whomever is looking for your stuff, and I think your audience is probably key or aware of what happened with Liberty Safe. But that being said, what are our options at this point? And I thought people have to take matters into their own hands. And again, we don't sell t-shirts that say Dirty Man Safe on it, because the best protection is
anonymous.
I have anonymous. Nobody knows where your stuff is.
Well, it's also like the packaging doesn't have Dirty Man Safe all over the packaging either, so you kind of have anonymous delivery of what you're getting. I'm glad that you mentioned. I mean, this part and everything that was created just as this product with Dirty Man Safe is completely undetected by metal detectors, but that will change depending on what you decide to store inside the Dirty Man Safe, because there are some things that can be detected by metal detectors. And you mentioned like things like gold and silver, you're probably going to want to stack those towards the bottom.
Correct. Where the cap is. You're absolutely right.
The deeper something can be, the less detected it'll be. If you put it at the top, and the bottom is going to be where it opens up at. So you'll obviously notice that when you close it back up.
Correct.
So you'll put other stuff in, and then last you'll put your things that could be detected by a metal detector, or dig a really deep hole.
Now, one of the things that may not be showing up on there is this is the bottom cap that Rice is talking about that goes underneath. On this cap here, you will see there's a O-ring on it, and there's no need for Teflon tape or anything. So we devised this product, and we don't want you to come to Dirty Man Safe and buy parts from us, because we want you to buy this and be done with us. And what this means is you can go and say, 2 months later, I forgot to put my grandmother's wedding ring in there, or I've got a new crypto plate that I want to put in there. You can take it out of the ground, unseal it, put whatever you need to put in, or take out whatever you need to take out, and reseal it, and nobody's the wiser, in the sense that you didn't have to buy anything from us to do that. You can do that time and time again. Now, we do ask that if you're doing it quite often, or if you're in harsh conditions, that you check that O-ring, and we will send you an O-ring for free if you do need it. But you won't be needing it. I would assume that you're not going to be taking it out every week. But that being said, you're good to go. You shouldn't be. But the parts, Rice, on the cable that you're showing there, where it attaches to the handle, those parts are also 3/16 stainless steel. So you will see that those little washers, and those are what's called swages, which lock the cable in. Those are 3/16 stainless steel. So again, everything there is 3/16 stainless steel. The plastic of the safe itself is ABS plastic, which is rated at literally 100 years. So it's going to be in the ground for quite some time. Again, we left the bottom of the tube open. So on the opposite side of the white cap there, the bottom is open, and that is for drainage. That's for flooding. That's for everything else. So just the bottom portion of the safe is sitting in the dirt, which is not a big deal. This ABS plastic is what's probably under your home right now. 90% of the homes have ABS plastic, and it's used for drainage and sewage and everything else. So there's no question on the longevity and the strength of this type plastic ABS.
Well, Howard, I think this thing is a really cool device, honestly. And something that really is really cool is for people that do want to purchase one of these Dirty Man safes with this partnership, and using my landing page, which will be linked down below in the video description and in the pinned comment. Make sure that ultimately it's going to be using the discount code RICE10, and that'll get you 10% off, and it's a way to support the channel. So you can get multiple safes, you can get multiple sizes. If you happen to go to the main website, which is, I believe, dirtymansafe.com, which we will visit here in just a few minutes, so I can show you guys the other safes that are being offered, because it's Dirty Girl, right?
Yeah, Dirty Girl is a smaller one.
And I was making sure it wasn't Dirty Woman. So Dirty Girl, and then we have Dirty Man, and we'll get into the 3 sizes. But in addition to the fact that you're offering 10% discount to viewers of Rice TVX, both Rice Crypto and Rice Against the Grain, there's another perk that's being offered. So you would go ahead and put your name and your email address, claim your gift. Your gift that's being offered in addition to the 10% off is your choice between 10 free coin holders or you can get a crypto seed phrase, metal plate, and marking pin. You get your choice between the two in addition to the 10% off. So, and once you claim your gift, you put your name and your email in it, you'll get probably a response from DirtyMan Safe with the code RICE10. And that's how you're going to get that 10% discount off the product. Now, these are the coin sleeves. Everybody's pretty familiar with what a coin sleeve is, especially if you're into precious metals.
Right.
This is the metal plate. It's a seed word recovery plate that comes with like a metal etching pen that currently has a safety tip on it so that I don't stab myself or somebody else, because this in itself is almost a weapon that you could double as a bonus.
Yeah. That crypto plate, by the way, is 304 stainless steel. That also is we're staying with the 316. Yeah.
Undetectable by the metal detectors.
Yeah. It's a
so
little
you can
more
do up to 24 words. Some have 12. You could do up to 24, or you could do 2 12 words. Yeah. Depending on how you want to do it. And you would etch it with this. Sure. You could seal it in plastic, however you want to do it. Put it inside a DirtyMan safe. Yeah. But it would come as a bonus. So you get to choose between the metal plate, the recovery plate with the etching pen, or the 10 different coin holders, in addition to the 10% discount off on the product. So I appreciate you offering that to the audience, man. Thank you so
absolutely
much.
We're actually including, I don't know if your audience can see this, but there's a coin that we had. It's not really a coin. It's a challenge coin, as they say. And what it is if your audience,
pull it back up. I'm going to get you full screen for a second.
I don't know if
you could try to bring it. There we go. Yeah, okay. I can see the safe on it and everything. It's like a time. It's like a time capsule, my friend. That's what this reminded me of.
Exactly, and this is the backside to it. So the reason why we did this to your audience is there's going to be instances when your audience is talking to someone and they don't want to really say that, in the crowd that they have a safe and whatnot. That's the last thing you want to do is go to a bar on a Friday night and say, "Hey, I have a DirtyMan shirt." The audience, the people there are going to know that you have a safe somewhere. But you want to be more discreet, and there may be some people, some family members or friends that you may have a hard time, opening up the conversation because of other people that are around. You can just hand them this coin and say, "Just check it out. This is what this coin is for," and maybe they'll bite, maybe they won't, but at least you've given it a shot, and you don't have to be combative and whatnot. And we're just trying to make it a little easier. Bryce, one of the things in the safe, we also offer silica packets for documents. If you're going to put wills in there or other documents in the safe, or you're putting electronics in the safe, there's some silica packets that we also provide. But also, along with the silica packets, we give you ball bearings. We call them saltine ball bearings in that packet. They're just small little ball bearings.
Real quick, I need to pause for a second because we were talking about this before we started recording, and I was honestly like thinking, why are you sending me a bag with ball bearings? Like, what is the deal with this? I wasn't thinking outside the box. And explain the reason for this, which is nifty.
So the reason why we did that is once I figured out that I had to protect this safe from Mother Nature, Mother Nature protecting it for us, I had to look at the other aspect, which is human nature. And that's basically why we have crypto, isn't it? I mean, human nature, everything's failing, human nature. So I knew that the only way to find this safe was with a metal detector, or if you're a burly man and you want to dig up a football field and look for someone's treasure or booty, you can find it. But not very many people are going to do that. But once I started researching metal detectors, I found that metal detectors will go between, decent metal detectors will go down between 6 and 8, maybe 10 inches. That's a $1,000 metal detector. That being said, I had to do some research, and I talked to some professors, metal detector professors and whatnot, and I found that in the East Coast, northern East Coast, they have it's called Yankee Land. I forgot what state it's in. They started seeding their soil with metal, and what that meant, I think they coined the phrase. They took junk metal and they buried it every 4 or 5 inches. They had a problem with people going after Civil War artifacts, and they had to stop these people, and they had to slow them down. And in doing that, because they put metal throughout the land every 2 feet, 3 feet, whatever it was, it slowed these metal detector folks down so much that they were catching them. And I think the fine was $5,000, possibly jail time. That this means that those little ball bearings that we provide for you, if you spread them out, depending on where it's at, that it's going to, if a person goes looking for your stuff, it's going to slow them down tremendously, tremendously. By the way, I've talked to a few metal detector folks, and they said, do not bury near a path or a distinct landmark. So what that means is, what they're telling me is metal detector people will go along a path first, and then we'll go next to something that's pretty permanent, you know, a post, a concrete post or something. They say stay away from that, because that's where true metal detectors will go for looking for stuff. But anyways, maybe that's a little more information.
No, I think it's really cool. I definitely want to kind of get to some like customer feedback and some different use cases that are outside the box, like towards the end of our conversation. And so as you see on screen here from the video, from the landing page, this is showing like the actual DirtyMan safe being buried. So you would take those ball bearings and just spread them out. Just spread the love and joy, and confuse the hell out of the metal detector people, which I think is genius, honestly. So now if you were to click on to learn more, it's going to take you to the actual website, because this is a landing page for the channel. It's going to take you to dirtymansafe.com. If you just happen to end up at dirtymansafe.com and you purchase through there, you can use the discount code RICE10.
Correct.
To get your 10% off, but it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get one of those, a choice of the free gift of the 10 coin holders or the crypto metal plate. So if that's what you want, make sure you're going through the actual landing page itself. But I wanted to share this because it will show the different sizes for the different safes. So we have the Dirty Old Man safe. We have the Dirty Man safe and the Dirty Girl safe. Do you want to kind of briefly explain the difference between the three?
Sure. Absolutely. No, don't be confused. Please don't be confused with the name DirtyMan Safe and DirtyMan Safe. The company name is DirtyMan Safe. DirtyMan being one word, and then safe. That's our company name, trademarked and patent and whatnot. The medium-sized safe is called Dirty Space Man Space Safe. And so be it for the Dirty Girl Safe and the Dirty Old Man Safe. And I just want to be upfront with your audience. The reason why it's called DirtyMan Safe is because as I was working on this, I came in, my knees were dirty, and my wife said to me, "What are you doing? Why are you so dirty?" And I thought, there's the name right there. I didn't have to sit for months and think of the name.
But Howard, I was telling you when you were telling me this, like I have a pretty warped mind and sense of humor. I didn't actually get that except for looking when I remember when I looked and saw Dirty Old Man. I did kind of get that when the combination of those words, but Dirty Man didn't get it for me because, you know, like I was telling you, I have, and most of my viewers know, I have a construction crew that's been outside of my house for over a year.
Wow.
And that's what I think about. My father did construction. A lot of my family did construction. When I think about Dirty Man, I think about men who get out and get dirty for a living.
Yeah, that's what we were hoping.
Not necessarily anything pornographic, but I get why you have to be defensive on it now.
Yeah. But so the Dirty
Girl,
still
a cool name. It's still a cool name, man. Dirty Man Safe.
Thank you. The Dirty Girl is half the size of the Dirty Man, which is 5 inches. The tube itself is the 3-inch tube by 5 inches. The Dirty Man Safe, the middle size safe, is 3 inches by 10 inches. And the Dirty Old Man is 4 inches by 10 inches. Like I said, the Dirty Girl is half the storage of the Dirty Man Safe, and the Dirty Man Safe is roughly half the storage of the Dirty Old Man Safe. So we were talking about the gold. If you were to fill the Dirty Old Man safe up with gold, you're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of gold. So I don't know if you want to have a safe that's 6 feet long and put all of your stuff in one spot. I think it's good that you're spreading the wealth.
Yeah, 6 feet is pretty big.
Yeah.
I mean, this right here is already big, I think.
Yeah,
you can always get more than one. And I was talking with my friends Crypto Blood and Seth from Mind Your Biz on a live stream recently, and he had mentioned burying these things at strategic locations and bug out areas and things like that in addition. So that was the other thing, aside from the fact you're going to get that 10% discount using RICE10 or going on the landing page link and getting your free gift of either the 10 coin holders or the metal plate with the etching pen. in addition to all of that, there was something I was getting to. Bear with me one moment. Okay, so Seth was mentioning the idea of like using this thing for outside the box purposes. Because when I first thought about this, I'm just thinking about a way to secure your valuables that's outside the box, that's not in your house. And I thought that that was very genius, especially depending on what industry you're in. It's very nice. But the idea of using this thing for bug out purposes, strategic locations, so you can make sure that you're good. What are some of the other use cases and feedback that you've gotten from customers along the way since you've created this thing?
So you mentioned bug out. I would put this product up against most bug out products. People have bug out products in their closet and whatnot, but in order to get to your valuables and whatnot, you have to have them exposed in your home, which now you give access to criminals and other people that you may not trust. This thing in the ground, we literally timed it, and it takes less than 2 minutes to get it out of the ground. And we're talking about compacted soil that's been on top of it for 6 months, 7 months. There's nothing that you can get to that quickly and be out and about. So you're digging down 6 inches to the handle, you're pulling up on that handle, and off you go. You don't have to wait for anything. You're out of there. That being said, now you have your stuff in the container that's totally waterproof, and off you go. The cases that we've been running into, and again, when we developed this product, I had no idea what people were going to use this for. I knew it was for securing their valuables, but we've had people use it for security reasons for their kids. They're giving their kids valuables, you know, when they pass away, that the kids are going to be given a map. I've had people going through divorces. I've had lawyers, you name it. I've had some people put chocolate in there.
Are you saying somebody who got divorced maybe tried to hide some of their assets using a DirtyMan safe?
Yeah. So there's a lot of instances. I personally, and one of the things that, Rice, we didn't talk about, and I think your audience knows about Liberty Safe.
Yes, I mean, you grazed over it briefly, but yeah.
Yeah, we have no information to give up other than the ship to address and the name. So I don't know if you're going to put this in Yosemite Park or Florida Everglades. I have no idea where this safe is going to go. We don't keep track of it. There's no codes. There's no anything. So only thing I have is a ship to address. By the way, we ship to PO boxes too. We've actually had people send us checks and cash. I don't like to take cash, so don't send me cash, but it's something that we had to put a stop to. But we will take checks. But we've had people, some unique things have been put in the safe. And I've had people dig them up, and they were very surprised at the resistance they did not get. And again, getting back to the sizes of the safe, the reason why we're staying with the sizes that they are is because of the resistance when you take it out of the ground. So the Dirty Girl safe is a petite woman can pull the Dirty Girl safe out of the ground with no problem. A teenager can pull the Dirty Girl safe out of the ground with no problem. As you go up in sizes, depending on what you're putting in the safe, it can be a little tougher. But again, the DirtyMan safe, we tested with women, and they were able to pull the DirtyMan safe out of the ground without a hitch. So that is one of the main reasons why the sizes are what the sizes are. We could not go longer and fatter, because then we would have a problem with getting them out of the ground. And again, a lot of people say, hey, I'm going to let it hit the fan and I'm coming right back, because on our website, and I didn't talk about it, Rice, but on our website, there's a little write-up, the Q&As that talks about, in California, there was a massive fire, and one of the firefighters was trying to put out some of the hot spots, and he dug down to a hot spot, and he noticed a little metal container down there, 6 inches or a little bit below, and he pulled the stuff out, and the fire had just swept through. 600-degree fire had just swept through the day before. It was a time box that somebody had put. It was like just a little metal box with pictures and whatnot. Everything in that box was pristine. The fire did not go down. at all. So people ask me, what if I put cash in there? What if I put a will in there? What if I put this? Now we're going down in some spots 30 inches. Mother Nature's going to take care of it. If you're talking about the ground being that hot, then you're probably somewhere near a volcano that went off, and you know, all bets are off at that point. But the safe isn't going to move in a flood. The safe isn't going to move in a tornado, in an earthquake, in a, you know, a fire, whatever it is. The safe is going to be there. So that's what we had to do for Mother Nature. But again, getting back to human nature, this is the reason why we have the crypto plates, and we have all the rest of that stuff. And again, it's made out of ABS. You shouldn't be using PVC if you care anything about your silver and other metals, because PVC is not good for those metals. So please be aware of that. And the folks out there that say, I'm just going to copy Howard's design and make it, by all means, go ahead and make it. Just don't infringe on our patent. But you will see that your design will fail, because we went into a massive amount of failures to get where we're at today.
Well, just, I mean, talking to you beforehand, I could tell that you're very meticulous and make sure that you're putting out something that's going to be worthy of putting out. So, and I appreciate that, especially like when we can explore the first product you guys put out that ultimately led to the DirtyMan safe. It will show a little bit more about your meticulousness, and I think that it's very much appreciated. Again, I will remind people, make sure you're visiting this website. It'll be linked down below in the video description and the pinned comment, so that you can get your free gift. You get to choose between either the crypto storage plate or the coin holders. You get 10 of those. And then if you go to the main website, again, make sure you're using the checkout code RICE10 at discount. But if you go to the main website, you're not going to get the choice of free gifts. So make sure you're visiting this landing page. Sign up, get your discount, claim your gift, get either the metal crypto plate with the etching pen, or you can get the 10 coin holders, and you get 10% off. And it's a way to support Rice TVX, which would be greatly appreciated. If you guys end up getting one of these awesome safes, let me know. Let me know what you guys are doing with it. I definitely want to get some feedback from people, or if you've been getting some interesting ideas, please share in the comment section down below. But Howard, I appreciate you taking time to not only educate me on things that I wasn't aware of, but tell me a little bit more about the product, because before we started the interview, you had shared some information that basically I wasn't even aware of or even thinking about. And I'm sure there's still some other things that I'm not aware of or thinking about, or even that we've even thought about using these things for. So definitely let us know. And you have any final thoughts before we wrap up, Howard?
You know, if your audience wants to shoot us an email, info@DirtyManSafe, and just ask us questions, we're Johnny on the spot. We will respond to you and answer your questions. And you know, people that buy the Dirty Girl safe and people buy the Dirty Old Man safe, we don't distinguish and say, oh, one's less than the other. It doesn't matter. We're all in the same boat at this point. If we're looking at this product, we're all in the same boat, and you've got to do something. Please do something, because it's again, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball that what's happening out there, but it's a small price to pay for a good night's sleep. And I think that's where we're at today. You know, and again, we're going to send you this coin that you can pass along. It's not a tender coin, but you can pass it on to folks.
It looks really cool, and it's an inconspicuous way to turn your friends onto some really cool products.
Yeah. It's
so
good.
I like that.
And I wish your audience the best. I wish your audience the best. However they save their stuff, you know, you don't have to share with the world. Just I hope you have a good night's sleep and you're doing what you're doing. But bad times are coming. It feels like Ghostbusters where don't think about stuff, and it's, you know, the eerie music is playing and something's going to happen. So, you know, that's where I'm coming from.
Well, also too, I mean, like this doesn't have to be a SHTF situation. It could just be natural disasters. That was the other thing that we were talking about on that show that I was mentioning. Because let's say a hurricane hits, and let's say you need to get out of that area in a hurry, and have some things outside the city in one of those strategic locations or wherever the situation might be, so that you can make sure that you could take care of you and your loved ones that you're with, which is, I think, the most important thing. So let me know what you guys think. Now, here again, I definitely want to hear ideas and what you're going to be using this for, but I do not want you to tell me where you're burying your actual DirtyMan safe. And I definitely encourage you not to tell anybody else where you bury your DirtyMan, Dirty Girl, or Dirty Old Man safe. Don't tell anybody. It's a secret. So thank you again for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be links down below for everything that we talked about with the affiliate link and with the discount code. Howard, if you can hold on just 1 second, I'm just going to do the wrap up. So, ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you, as always, to be a blessing to others. Treat people how you want to be treated. Be the glitch that you want to see in this matrix. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Question everything. Know yourself. And until next time, practice change. Don't forget to visit ricetvx.com, where you can watch both of my YouTube channels, Rice Crypto and Rice Against the Grain, directly. Find all of my social media links, sign up for my mailing list, and become a member of Rice Uncensored, where you can join me on the private side for less than $0.25 a day. You will get early access to both Rice Crypto and Rice Against the Grain, ad-free, unedited videos, exclusive content, members-only forum with direct access to me, live streams, and more to come, only at ricetvx.com.